Hello everyone, welcome to Stilt video series. With all the documents that you might have to gather for your visa, you might feel rather confused looking at the list of documents. Your purpose is to study or become an intern in the United States. But in order to get yourself started on your journey, you need to know all about the paperwork that you have to present. One of those documents is the DS 2019 form, a multi-purpose form that will allow you entry provided you correctly follow the other steps as well. What is the DS 2019 form? The DS 2019, also known as the Certificate of Eligibility for Exchange Visitor Status, is a multi-purpose document that has been issued by the United States government and allows you to apply for the J-1 visa as a trainee or intern in the United States. This document is specifically issued by the CICD and it will be unique to you, identifying you in the Student and Exchange Visitor Information System (SEVIS). The form will only be issued after you have been accepted in a training or internship program. Like most non-immigrant visas, their issuance will be done after the consular office views your application. If you apply correctly, your chances of getting the visa only increases. However, even if you get accepted into an exchange program and have your DS 2019 printed out, it does not guarantee that you will also receive the J-1 visa. The consular officers will be the ones to determine whether you will get one or not. How is your DS 2019 form created? Once your program admission has been approved, your name along with other biographic information that you might have will be added into the US SEVIS database. This database will process your information, resulting in a PDF version of Form DS 2019, a form that will be sent back to your school online. Once that happens, the school officials, in most cases the responsible officer, will print and sign the form, delivering it to you. If there will be any changes or updates necessary for your DS 2019, then the officials from your school will make the request to SEVIS and they will create a new document. How is the DS 2019 form used? The DS 2019 can be used in two ways, inside and outside the US, depending on where you are at the exact moment. Here is how you may use this form. Outside the US, the DS 2019 may be used by the potential visitor to opt for a J-1 visa at the consulate from his own country or at his local US embassy. You must present the DS 2019 visa along with the J-1 visa at the CBP upon arriving in the United States. Without either of them, you will not be able to enter the country. Inside the US, once you arrived within the United States and went past the border inspection, you will still need your DS 2019. This is a crucial document that will serve as identification for your purpose as well as your legal status. If you are eligible for employment as a holder of a J visa, then you will need to provide the DS 2019 during the hiring process. The DS 2019 form and transfer programs. If you are going through a transfer program, then you might also need the DS 2019. For example, if you are a holder of a J-1 visa and you decide to transfer from one visa program to another, you will once more need DS 2019 form. In this case, new school or program will issue a DS 2019 before your old one expires. For more information in regard to the transfer process, you might want to talk with your program's responsible officer. The DS 2019 form and travel. Some students may intend to travel abroad and then return to the United States to resume their training program. In this case, the students or trainees will have to take their DS 2019 with them. The form will be needed upon re-entering the United States and getting a new visa, in case you needed one. Before you travel outside the United States, be certain that your travel validation is not expired. The signature on the bottom right corner of your DS 2019 is only valid for 1 year, after which you will have to renew it. Make sure that you plan everything if you want to travel outside the US. The US 2019 form and your end date. On your DS 2019 document, you might find quite a lot of information that is relevant to you. Page 2 of the document lists some immigration regulations concerning your J1 status. It is very important for you to read the regulations on this page so that you do not come across any surprises. Each DS 2019 form will feature an end date. This date can be found on the first page of your document, on item number 3, based on the program you are following. In the event that you are not able to finish your program before the deadline, you will have to request that your program offers you an extension before the signature expires. Regardless of the case, you need to offer proof of sufficient funds so that you may remain in the United States. In some cases, it might take some time to acquire all the documents, so make sure that you do not leave things until the last moment. Advanced planning is greatly encouraged in this case. Some students might not even want to leave the United States upon finishing that program and may finish to begin working there instead. If that's your case, you should apply for the academic training authorization before your program comes to an end. Bear in mind that this should also be established in advance, as you will not be able to do so once you have entered the grace period. DS 2019 Form Grace Period. Bear in mind that after you have completed your program, you will receive a 30-day grace period before you will have to leave the United States. During this grace period time, you won't be allowed to re-enter the US, that is travel, on a J status. As a J1 visitor, you will also be responsible for keeping copies of all the DS 2019 forms you receive during your program. It's important that all the copies are kept in a secure location, as you might have to show them for potential immigration benefits. You might also need them for a waiver or your temporary home residence requirements, so make sure that you do not lose them. The Immigration International offices releasing your documents will not be keeping these copies, which means that you are the only one responsible to ensure they do not get lost. The DS 2019 is one of the first steps for you to get into a training program. It won't be the deciding factor, but without it, you will not be able to receive your J1 status. To make sure that your application process goes smoothly, you might want to discuss with your immigration attorney. They will tell you precisely what other steps you will have to follow. We hope this video has been helpful to you. At Stilt, we provide financial services for immigrants and the underserved. Subscribe to our channel and visit stilt.com for more details.